She's having a good hair day. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, merci. Merci. Some people just are just biased and they have unconscious bias. And I treat people like that. Can't talk down to people. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the situation is. You should never be talking down to someone. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day Monday at that. We are outside in the neighborhood walking the dogs post yesterday's pandemonium on the streets. There was a Jewish parade and ceremony that I thought was so cool. Actually, I didn't spend a lot of time out here, but I definitely did come out a couple times, and wow, I was kind of scared though. You know, with all that's going on in the news, I thought like all the threats and stuff, I was like, girl, I have enough risk just being myself existent in this world and making it home safe every day. I'm not about to get caught up as a casualty in nobody else's stuff. So I didn't do much. But today we are going to do a lot of things. We got to do some laundry. I want to go to Marshall's. Y'all know I love me at Marshall's. For the new subscribers, I live for Marshall's. I love buying like little knickknacks and bedding and, you know, hair conditioner and stuff like that I can find at very discounted rates and good stuff most of the time. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm doing a reset. Work starts again tomorrow. Yesterday, I actually took the day to completely recuperate my mind, my body, my soul. I washed my hair. I ate a good dinner. I did run some errands yesterday, actually. I went to the grocery store. Well, I ran one errand. I went to the grocery store. But that was a necessity because in order for me to eat, I had to do it. So that's what's going on today. I wanted to check in so I can get this vlog started. We're gonna go to Starbucks now, so let's see what we get. When I tell y'all I could not vlog, it literally just started pouring down raining. I got a coffee. I was sitting in the place waiting for the rain to stop. And the music in the background would not have allowed me to talk because, you know, I live in the hood. I live in Brooklyn. And they had some really, really trendy, you know, rap and hip hop and stuff going. So there was no way to vlog around that. But I got this coffee. I got a shaken espresso. I know we're not supposed to be drinking Starbucks. That's what people say. I'm gonna tell you something. When I need a coffee, honey. I am not rich. I do not have any influence. I'm not a government official. I'm none of those things. In fact, I'm a trans woman. Sirens in the live. There go the sirens, honey. Let them pass. Yeah, I am a trans woman in the live, and so I needed a coffee, okay? And listen, I don't get caught up in politics or any of those things. Now, I understand there's a genocide happening, and it's very, very heartbreaking. It's raining again. What's going on? The weather said it was going to stop. This is not it. Come on, girls. Look at them. They do not like it. Can y'all see them? And I know there's a genocide happening, and it's really, really sad. And I don't like it. I really don't. But here's my theory. I need you to hear me out. I need you to hear me completely out. I don't need any judgment. But I always welcome your comments. Okay, here are my thoughts on that. Now, while supporting a genocide in any way is awful, I don't think anyone disagrees with that. I have a different perspective on just groups of politics when it comes to like my existence as a trans woman, because to be quite honest with you, none of them want me to exist. Oh, it's really loud. when I get home, I'm going to talk about this because I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from, and I also want you to see my perspective because it's valid. It's really, really valid. And in regards to Starbucks, I do want to talk about like them as a whole and like the black community and the people that they employ and the benefits that they give them. You know, like I want to talk about that too because I think when people say like, I heard a vlogger the other week say, oh, we're banning Starbucks for the other month or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, you black kids, let's get home because I don't want this to be, I don't want to talk fast and miss the point here, okay?
Stumble, get up, fall again, fall again, fall again, fall again. And it's a ring I can't pick up cause I ain't for it. You just call again, call again, call again, call again. But you expect me not to dunk when I'm this tall. You know I ball again, ball again, ball again, ball again. And I just wanna feel that feeling that I felt. It's all again, all again, all again. Say that, what's up with that renewal? Way back, when I had one got into you. Lay back, this money precious minutes too. Hate that, I be like, say that, what's up with that renewal? Way back, when I had one got into you. Lay back, this money precious minutes too. I hate that. And I don't like to show my face or shop a line in the mall, then I'm overthinking. One thing that's what got uncertain, and I know can't fuck with y'all again.
I went to Marshall's today to get just a few things. I needed new bedding and new pillows, but I totally just took everything out the bags and put it up, so I can't really haul with you guys, but that's okay. I do have some things I got from H&M earlier in the week that I want to show you. Some of it's going back, but I got a few things. This bodysuit, you know, this bodysuit, we definitely always need a bodysuit, especially in summer. I got this white linen button up, which is probably going to go back because it doesn't fit right. It's too tight around. And pay that junk no mind. I'm still cleaning up. But this is what I'm most excited about. I got these white trousers, which I need to take to the cleaners right now because I want to take the hems out so that they can be long enough. I also got this really cute beige cream dress. It's ribbed and it's sweater material, so it's probably going to be for like fall, but it fits so good and I love it so much. And then I also got these linen pants. I'm in my linen era right now, and I love the browns, the tans, the neutrals. So that's a little H&M haul for you guys. I didn't spend that much money, but some of it's going back. I think I might even take these back, but I think I'm taking the white button up and maybe this back. So I'll get that back as well. So that is that. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Do I have any veterans? Do I have any veterans here that follow me? If I do, thank you for your service. And yeah, I wanted to go back to what I was saying about Starbucks earlier today. I was saying that I'm all for the movements of everything, but I want people to also understand what it's like in my shoes. We talk about, like, let's think about Black Lives Matter, right? When that was going on. And, you know, it just feels like, I know for a fact that a lot of Black community don't accept me and my transness with the Christian approach and everything. Like, people don't, Black culture, our families and stuff, you know, it's really hard for us to accept transness, you know, and so we get casted out You know, a lot of the girls that are getting murdered by black men, you know. So it makes it hard for me to, so to speak, throw my life on the line for a movement that would kill me, you know. And I did some protesting when everything was happening a few years ago, and I really, truly do understand that, like, you know, I am black. You know, I'm black before I'm trans, and it's my community. We're marginalized, you know, and just how we have come to be here, and all of the history that comes with it, you know, that affects me too. So I definitely do um, align with all of those things. But it's a little different when your own community does rejects you or doesn't want you and are harming you. You know, I mean, you don't really feel like you fit in enough to really support or fight for the issues, you know. I'll say just like in politics, you know, think about how everything is all the laws and the legal stuff that is created to attack trans people to basically make it hard for us, you know, to not exist. You think about that. You think about it, you know, like in certain states, you can't even have a job. They won't even hire you. Discrimination is real. You know what I mean? And it's just, they want it to be an illegal thing. And so I can't then fight with the same law that doesn't hold space for me to fit into it, if that makes sense. Um, it's not my fight. It's just not my fight. And you know, with the genocide thing, it's awful. It's awful. You know, I also understand that trans people are under genocide at all times. And if people could just kill you and walk away, they would. And they did. That's what used to happen. You know, the cases would go cold. And the police wouldn't even investigate it because of transphobia. I remember a girl who got into a car accident in DC. Her name was Tyra, and the ambulance could have saved her life, but they cut her clothes off and discovered that she was trans, and they let her die. They stopped helping her. Her family sued. This was in Maryland. Her family sued and got a lot of money from that. But this was back in the 90s, you know, or 2000s, whenever it was. I don't know. But you just think about that was the norm. That was the norm for a long time. And I'm sure in some places it still is. I'm sure it still happens here. But they cover it up better now, you know? And so it's just things like that that makes me understand that, like, I don't have a place in the fight. So when people boycott certain things, it for me it's like Starbucks, for example. I know good things about Starbucks. You know, I mean, it's a chain coffee shop. It's a restaurant. You know, it's in the same order of all of that. But you line it up with like your McDonald's or your Dunkin' Donuts or your In and Out, wherever you go for like fast stuff. Look at what they've done. They've supported the trans community. You know, they hire trans people explicitly to give them benefits. You know, they were the first company on that level that paid for transgender surgeries for a lot of I know a lot of trans people who went to work at Starbucks just because the insurance at Starbucks helped them get their hormones, get their surgeries, and better transition safely without having to go out onto the streets or escort or do all of the things that put your life at risk to pay for surgeries. You know, you know that they were trailblazers in that, and for me that speaks volumes. You know, that speaks volumes. And since then, other companies have done that. Like Amazon, I know now a lot of girls go to work at Amazon because Amazon has really good trans benefits. And, you know, and they're very intentional about it. It's not something you have to find the loophole to do. It's like, no, this is what we have for you, you know, and it's like those type of things that I have to pay attention to as a trans person. For me, I have to know that these are the resources that are specifically looking to impact my community in a positive way. And so while I don't agree with a genocide in any way, I think life is life. Life is beautiful. We all deserve it. And I don't like I am not violent, war or any of that. I'm ignorant about war and all of that stuff. And politics, I'm ignorant about politics too. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. I'm not an activist, you know. I found myself going down the rabbit hole once standing for trans identity, standing for trans rights in an activist sort of way. And then I realized like you have to be angry all the time to be an activist. And I'm not an angry person. Like I want to wake up and have a happy life. I want to be happy. I want to make other people happy. I want to do things that make me feel good about what my life and what I'm doing. I want to wake up the next day and be excited about life. I don't want to wake up every day and be focused on like what's bad is happening, how many people are getting killed, what laws are into place about transness. Now, obviously, all of these things directly affect me, so I know about them and I have my feelings about them. But I don't want to be an activist to the point that like I'm so angry that I'm the mouth for it, that I'm the voice for it. So I do my activism in this way, where I just talk about things in a way that doesn't really make me angry, you know, and also it's my truth. So I want to say that if anyone disagrees with that, I totally understand. I do not want to offend anyone, and I know a genocide is real, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment. But yeah, I just, you know, ultimately, if there's a Starbucks and another coffee shop, that's not Dunkin' Donuts because I hate Dunkin' Donuts. But if there's a coffee shop and then there's Starbucks and I can choose, I will choose the coffee shop, if that makes sense, because of what's happening. But I can't say that I'm not going to ever go to Starbucks because, I mean, they support the community that I represent when many different people and groups of people and businesses and organizations don't. So at the end of the day, that's my explanation, but I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you guys understand that. And also, like, you know, I went in there now. There's two young black girls working there, you know. So I get to this morning, two young black girls working at Starbucks, playing their rap music in the morning. I'm in Brooklyn. And it's like, yeah, these two young black girls have a job. They have a job that they're probably out of school or in college or something, and they're here in the morning. This is their job. You know, these people are paying them, giving them benefits, probably paying their college tuition. Like Starbucks also does that, you know, and I get to tip these two black girls, you know. So like, I look at it that way too. You know, what do we say about the people who work there that are still black? Should they quit their jobs because of this message? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's realistic to ask when they're probably getting paid more than they would if they went to work at Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's or something like that. You know what I mean? Because Starbucks, from what I understand, pays them pretty well, and also pays their college tuition. You know. So I think I can't speak for Starbucks. Starbucks, if you see this, if anyone sees this, forward it to Starbucks. Maybe they want to sponsor my video one day. I would love that. But I think that Starbucks has done some really amazing things in the black community, the minority communities, targeted at the minority communities, when there's so many other targeted things that are so bad. So, but again, I'm not political, and I come from only the trans perspective. So, yeah.
Stumble, get up, fall again, fall again, fall again, fall again. And it's a ring I can't pick up cause I ain't for it. You just call again, call again, call again, call again. But you expect me not to dunk when I'm this tall. You know I ball again, ball again, ball again, ball again. And I just wanna feel that feeling that I felt. It's all again, all again, all again. Say that, what's up with that when they were way back. My head went down into you. Play back, this money precious minutes too. it's on my face, I stop a line in the mall, then I'm overthinking. And one thing that's what got uncertain, and I know can't fuck with y'all again, y'all again, y'all again, yeah, it's like that. I know I put off my walls, and that bitch talking to the wall again, yeah, yeah. Now I hit back up on my stuff, know how I gotta let you hold again, again. No one said it would be easy, you gon' stumble, get up, fall again, fall again, fall again, fall again. And it's a ring I can't pick up, cause I ain't for it, you just call again, call again, call again, call again. But you expect me not to dump when I'm this tired, you know I ball again, ball again, ball again, ball again. And I just wanna feel that feeling that I felt, so all again, all again, all again.
Hear me clearly. The fear of the unknown is unnatural. Hear me? Let me explain. The fear of the unknown is unnatural because we were created in the image of God, which means that we are creators. Watch this, which means that the unforeseen should not scare us, it should inspire us because we have something to create. This is why studies show that the imposter syndrome kicks in the most and is at its heightened space when we are doing things that will move us forward. We see it in academics. We see it in new environments. We see it in the workplace. Watch this. It only kicks in the moment of progress. When I'm in a position to do something great, that's when it shows up. Because what I've learned about the enemy is that the enemy is after your inherent awareness of your greatness. Ooh, I gotta say that better. 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 We were created in the image of God, which means that we were created and forged in greatness. So just by default, there is a curiosity for more within us. But what the enemy does is he wants to make you play it safe, because what he's trying to do is he's trying to snuff out your instincts for exploits. So whenever you see a person playing it safe, something happened to him. You never see a healthy baby playing it safe. They will jump off the roof of a house because they know they have an inherent sense of greatness on the inside of them.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Welcome to a brand new weekly vlog. My name is Brandy. If you're new, this is my trans life. And if you are coming back, girl, you already know I love you. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. I wanted to pop in this morning really quickly and briefly, Miss Girl, because she has about 5 minutes. Also, the tripod is still sliding, so please bear with me. Also, I started the vlog yesterday, but I didn't do an intro, so I wanted to do a proper intro just to say thank you guys so much for your continued support. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on all of the videos. Yeah, I love to be in the comments, so you will see me there. I'll meet you there, actually, and then we're chatting. You've joined this channel at a really amazing time. I'm feeling really good about everything. The flow is going. I'm feeling my fantasy, darling. And I want you to learn that too. So thank you so much for coming, and I welcome you to my channel. Today, we're second week of work in another office. We're in the Upper East Side again. Last week, you know, girl, it was rough. I didn't go into everything, and I don't want to go into everything right now because I want to have a full story to tell you guys. When there is one, I don't want it to be like just my feelings or perception. at the moment. I want an actual full story to be able to report to y'all. Honey, this sliding tripod is turning it. Turning it. I'm sorry guys. I'll get a new one, I promise. It's just I'm working on it. But yeah, I want to be able to give you guys a full story. I do not want to just be emotional with how I tell you guys what's happened or be in the moment. So giving it time and also like having, sometimes there might be a reason to the whys. So I want to be able to understand that myself too before I give it to you guys. So story time coming soon. And yeah, happy Memorial Day to all the veterans. That was yesterday. I hope you guys got celebrated in the way that you needed to be celebrated, or that you should be always, because like I ain't risking my life for this country in no way. In no way, no way, no way, no way. So there you go. Yeah, so I gotta go to work. You guys know that too because you're going to work as well. So I'll see you guys after work and I hope you have an amazing day. All right, guys, we have made it to the Upper East Side. Y'all gonna have to pray for me today. But I think I did good based on I was watching the Potter's House this morning. Pastor Torrey was talking about identity disorders, and then also he was talking about imposter syndrome. So lots of stuff to meditate on and many reasons to stay positive. So I'm gonna have a great day, but I'll let you guys know if not. Okay guys, we're having a coffee break. It's about 2 o'clock. I was gonna wait until like 2:30 or 3, maybe even like 3:30 just to get through the rest of the day. But then I've decided that I don't wanna crash early, so I'm just gonna head out and get a coffee right now and then go back. I'm actually buying one for the person I'm working with today. Just so you guys know, today is so much better. Such a good day. Yeah. May I have a iced Americano with oat milk? Good morning. All right, hold on. Sliding tripod. You guys know that. Good morning. She's having a good hair day. Oh, I told you when I do my twist out, my hair is always best the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth day. But today, she's on. So, this is the ultimate follow-up from the twist out that we did in the beginning of this vlog. I pinned these pieces down because I want some bangs. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. They'll stay down for a little bit, but hold on. Woo! They'll stay down for a little bit, but then ultimately they'll fly up. So they just need to be heavy, like right here. So what I've been doing since forever is like trying to get all of this density up here, down here. But whenever I do the blowouts and stuff, the ends always get fried. So, you know, we're back where we kind of started, but that's okay. But ultimately, how cute would it be if my hair was heavy, like right down like that? And like all down here just heavy. So that's the goal. That's the goal. But I am feeling so cute today. I'm wearing my new Gucci glasses. I'm wearing them out on the train into New York. I feel fabulous right now. I hope I can maintain this mood all day. Honey, sometimes the estrogen, like it's my mood be up, down, side, to the up, to the corner, to the bottom, to in under the ground sometimes. So I always end up starting my day off in a really, really, really energetic, good mood, and then something will drain me midday, and then it just goes, whoo. So that's why I think when I was on this workout journey, and I was starting to rebuild my energy, but I feel like when I went to North Carolina for those 3 weeks, I sort of got off of my workout stuff. So I was reminded yesterday I need to like really put that back into my schedule because it does help my mood a lot and my energy level. Not my mood. Let me stop saying my mood because, you know, ultimately I can control, well, my mood, but mostly my energy level. Yeah. How y'all doing today? It's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. How y'all doing today? It's Wednesday. We're going into the middle of the week. And we're excited. we're excited. I don't have too much for y'all. I just wanted to check in and show you guys my good old hair day. My good old hair day. I'm so obsessed with this hair. Now, this is my ultimate favorite look. Like when my hair looks like this, like I just love it so much. Again, I need this to grow and I need the back to grow, because if the back was longer and then this was longer, it'd be perfect. That's why I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna look for someone like a stylist, like some sort of hair specialist that specializes in textured hair and that understands the look that I'm going for. I am continuing to slide. What on earth? A hair specialist that specializes in textured hair, that understands the look that I'm going for, that's excited about achieving it. Because I love this, like, you know, like separated, sort of spiked up look. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Lost, but we will figure this out. We're in New Jersey. We just have to find our train. I don't know how this works, so I'll probably stop and ask someone. I'll let you know how it goes. You don't see ducks pretty often in New York. That's because I'm in Jersey. I missed the train that I needed, so I'm actually going to take a Uber. So, wait on the Uber. I didn't know. Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Only taxi.
Only taxi. Okay. Okay. We're going to Jersey now, so we're on the way to Park Ridge.
Yeah.
The day is over. I'm going home, and wow, what a great day I had. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Having a great day at work is just like everything. The time flew. The next thing you know, it was time to leave, and I was like, oh my gosh. So, feeling good, in good spirits. Yeah, headed home. We're gonna get on a really different train. We haven't rode this one yet, but I'll show you all. A real old school train tracks. That's where we're going. All right, guys, we are in Whole Foods. We have to get a few things for the food for their dinner. I normally would not stop off like this after such a long day, but we're gonna do it. Let's go. Okay guys, remember when I told you that I found pickle okra in North Carolina? I thought it was only a North Carolina thing. It is not. These are pickle okra in New York City. Good morning, friends. Good friends. Good morning, my friends. It is 6 a.m. I'm walking the dogs. Now, you guys notice when I wake up, my eyes, they swell. And child, it's just, even before filler, that's what it gave. I'm going to get coffee this morning. I decided I'm going to get myself a coffee and sit in the park. It feels so good out here this morning. There's a cool breeze. The sun is out. Oh, it's fabulous. So I have the dogs, we're walking, and I'm gonna sit in the park for a little bit before going home to get dressed for work. Now, the reason I opened up this camera right now is because I was thinking, it's 6 a.m. I'm in the best mood. Morning is my time, my favorite time of day, bright and early. I love it. There's something that's so peaceful and just like so calm, and I can think better. I love this time of day. Come on, Luce. What are you doing? You gotta poop? Thank you. Thank you, merci. Merci. Come on, Summer. Let's go. There is no cup for you. I know. Come on. I got another coffee, day 3. Not Starbucks again. I want to point that out. I was talking to some people that same day, or maybe the day after, I forget. And they were telling me how they understood what I was saying about Starbucks, but also how they still don't think that it's appropriate for me to support them by buying even one coffee. And these were Black people. These are Black, natural born men and women. There are no trans people in the mix. But you know what? I've come to understand in life, if you're ever going to understand how to properly blend in or be a part of life, you have to have those perspectives, and you have to also have those relationships with people who aren't trans. And I'm really lucky in that sense because I have friends who are natural born men, who are straight, heterosexual. I have friends who are natural born women who are straight and heterosexual. So my circle isn't all gay and trans. And I'm really lucky that I have that. Yeah, so I got this from this really, you know what's interesting about what has happened is, it's funny how I talk about one thing and then all of a sudden it becomes something completely different. But what's interesting about it is, now I'm searching for all of these coffee places in my neighborhood, and I found this truck. This guy was French. It was a taste of French. He was hot too. Oh, he was so hot. But that was nice. And this is probably an authentic French cappuccino. So, except for it's made in America, but you know. Y'all, this is a mural in Brooklyn, and it just symbolizes culture, community, family, sacredness. It has fire there. There's some, I don't know, it's moments like, look at the little girl with the robe. It's just, this is culture, this is beauty, this is Blackness, honey. And I live for that. I live for this neighborhood, for moments like this and pieces of art like this. We're gonna actually go get into it because it just spoke to me. So here we go. Your choice. This has to do with, I believe, religion, peace, which is the part that I love the most. Let's read that. Peace out, peace in. Groundswell, maybe that's the artist, I'm not sure. Oh, that's the, Groundswell is the place. Groundswell Community Mural Project in collaboration with the American Friends Service Committee and www.groundswellmural.org. Beautiful. your community up there. Then down here it says protect kids, which we should always be doing. Look at this black king right here. He says opportunity on his cap, honey. The cap to the back, babe. Yeah, there has to be opportunity for you, young black man. There has to be. Here we have love, respect. Here we have this kid with guns, taking them to the fire chute, which we love. And this kid here with the shovel. Yeah, get rid of those guns, little ones. You gotta live your life. You can't kill each other. You keep killing each other. What are we gonna do with our world? Look at her piece. I love the bamboo. I love the door knocker earrings, the bun. This is black woman, honey. This is what we know. This is the mother. This is the auntie, honey. This is the sister. This is the girl that holds everything up on her shoulder. She's powerful. She's strong. She is culture. She's culture, you know. She's beautiful. And she doesn't learn that until she's right at the turning point of being of a particular age where the mental part of beauty starts to fuck with you. But she owns it. And that's what blackness is. That's the strength. And you see that word, safety, family, fabulous. And here's another part of it. I can't really dig into that too much. Let's read that. 90% of crime, guns in New York City come from other states with weak gun laws. Facts. Big fucking facts. Look at the rat. He needs to turn that gun on himself, honey, because there's too many of y'all. Y'all community is stronger than ours. There's too many of y'all. We need to get rid of the rats, honey. Say something, save someone. This is a beautiful mural. This is a really, really beautiful mural. Gorgeous. Okay. Let's dig into this one right here because y'all know I live for flowers. Iron pipeline. This is all about violence. These are all guns. There is a interstate here, so it shows the travel. I think we've been looking at it backwards. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, that's my
Thank you. Hey, you too. I read it backwards, so let's go. Florida, get over here. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, down the iron pipeline to New York City. That's how we're dying. Let's see. Gun show today. Oh, this is all here. This is what happens. And it starts with that man. That serpent of a person. Her. Who probably is the worst of them all. It's always her right here. It's always her. She is the one, honey. She's the one that gets in the men's ears. She has the most access to the most powerful men. She weaponizes her body. She uses her body to get her in the door, to get her little twisted brain into their thoughts. You know, her theories and her prejudices and her racistness. This is the one. That's the one right there, honey. And if you know me, you know I have hard thoughts about this one right here. Yeah, they painted this right. And look at them, they're so scared. Are they scared? No, I don't know what's going on right here. But the straw man, what the hell is the straw man? Okay. Anyway, this is the beautiful mural. Good morning and happy Sunday. So I showed you guys the mural. Now, I would say that mural came right on time because earlier in the vlog, I was talking about how the black community sort of like casts out people who are trans and gay too, actually. But now it's better for the gay people. But I was just reminded of how beautiful black culture is just by that mural. How beautiful black family is. And I think about, like, so many of us, we come from families who have struggled. You know what I mean? Think about it. It wasn't that long ago that our ancestors were slaves. So in some way, the people who raised us are descendants of slaves. They're production of slaves. And there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of trauma associated with slavery. I can't imagine being a part of it. So I don't think that you have the emotional intelligence to disassociate slave trauma from how you raise your kids. It's just a part of it, right? And so I think about how my grandmother, who raised me, my grandmother died at 93. She was along for a long time. She was born in 1923 in South Carolina. Do you know what I mean? And her grandparents were actually slaves. So her mother and father were birthed and raised by slaves. So there's a lot of trauma that goes into that. And then what she raised my mother with, and so you get it. It just goes on and on and on and on. And now we're at a place where this generation is breaking the cycle. That's fabulous. It's 100 years later. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're breaking the cycle, but there's a lot of cycle in there, honey. There's a lot of cycle in that cycle. Okay. There's a lot of work to be done, and it's going to take some time. So I say that to say, acknowledging the trauma and where it comes from and how it's passed down isn't necessarily intentional. If anything, I think it's a protection thing. There's a lot of fear in slavery. There's a lot of resilience too, and a lot of that stuff got passed down to all of us, and we all have that resilience. We all have that. There's some quite crappy black people as well. And that's just mental health for sure, and trauma, unhealed trauma. So yeah, that mural reminded me of beauty in the black culture, black family, the protectiveness of it, and if anything, it stood out to me because it was a call to action. It was a cry for help. It was basically saying, hey, it was speaking directly to the youth, and it was saying like, hey, we have to stop killing each other, because that's who's killing each other now, is the youth. The youth are killing each other, and it's like, that we walked it backwards, but I'm kind of glad we did, because even going back to the beginning of the mural from the end, I looked at how like the message was like, hey, youth, stop killing yourself. But ultimately, it's a psychological, mental game that has been played. And I say we because I'm black AF. We have to realize that, like, that white woman and those white men in those southern states that still have racist roots, still to this day, are shipping the guns up to the inner cities. And they're many steps ahead of us mentally in that. We have to realize that, and it's just like when they drop crack off in the black communities and killed our people. Our people go crazy and start killing each other and hating each other, and all of the things that happen with the crack epidemic in the inner cities, Only when it started spreading out to the white culture, because they were like, oh, this stuff is good, and they started going crazy too, is when it became like, let's have a war on drugs, essentially. But you put it there. You put it there to harm our communities. And it's the same with the guns, and we're killing each other, but we should be loving each other. And I thought it was a beautiful message. So I'm so glad I had that moment to share that with you guys, because and I will say, I want to walk myself back a bit too, because I was like, oh no, black people, black men, they kill us, they do, and they do, But this week specifically, I had 2 Black men be super kind and helpful to me when I was looking for directions, and I took note of that. It's like this weird energy is happening whenever I speak about something. Like, it plays out in a way that makes me change my perspective, and that's why I'm so happy that my mentality is flexible. My mentality is always teachable, learnable. I am not like, this is my way, this is how I think. No, an experience can change everything. An experience can change the way I think about everything completely. So I want to acknowledge that to the 2 Black men that were super kind. And listen, I don't know, they might have thought I was just a Black woman, a Black natural born woman. I don't know. I don't know how. I know some people say, oh my God, I would never know, but that's a lie. People be lying when they tell you that. Like, girl, I see myself. I know I'm pretty. I know I'm beautiful and all of that, but I know that I look like a trans woman, and I love that too. So that's not a shame thing for me. And also, like, my voice, like, I have a heavy voice, and I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna walk around talking like a mouse. Hi, how's it going? Oh my God, so lovely to meet you. Yeah, Brandy. I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy, kind of silly, uncomfortable. Like, there's a lot of things I just am not going to do to pass in any way. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to be uncomfortable in any way, in any body part, and with any type of, I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I dress for comfort, and I don't care what that looks like or how that feels to the world. If I cannot sit around and be in physical pain to do something that's not going to happen anyway, to try to attempt to do something that's not going to happen anyway. I've accepted that a long time ago, honey. So I'm not going to be in physical pain. I'm not going to strain my voice or walk around sounding like a mouse to what? To do nothing, essentially. So I know that there are some giveaways with me, and that's okay, right? Because ultimately, I want people to know that I'm transgender. I want people to know that I am a trans person, but I am a special kind of trans person, and getting to know me or talking to me or exchanging words with me or being in the same space with me is a gift. And it is it's an experience. It's a learning experience for you, essentially, because I'm evolved. I am evolved, and I have God, and He's changing my life. And I want to be present in every moment that I am as 100% me. I don't believe that you can show up in everyday life, connections, communications with other people, and what you do in life if you're not comfortable with yourself 100%. That's just my belief. Now, a lot of people know how to fake it. That's great. I don't. And I don't believe that faking it is the way, because like the connections that you create are not real. So I just want to be myself, and I want to be accepted for myself. And if that means that I'm single for the rest of my life, then so be it. If that means that I am here with 1,000 dogs, taking care of them to have a family, then so be it. But I definitely want to be 100% true to who I am in my life, and that's sort of my goal in life. So yes, ma'am. And yeah, so back to the Potter's House earlier in the week. Let's recap that. I think that message came right on time. I let it play a little bit so you guys can hear it, but it came right on time, especially the part where he's talking about, like, when something is happening to you, imposter syndrome shows up, and it's like, it's happening with me, right? It was happening with me last week at work. I was like, almost, and I'm strong enough to not allow people's like intentions to affect me, right? I know this, right? But I was questioning myself because I have not been in a situation where like someone has been so intentionally dismissive, rude, and almost like belittling. I've never been in that. I have been in that situation before, but it's been a long time. I almost forgot that people still do that in workplaces. I thought we had trained exclusively around unconscious biases, intentional interactions, and things like that. Racism, gender discrimination. I thought we had already trained on all of that stuff the last few years, like so much that people were aware enough to be sort of cautious with how they, but I guess I was wrong. because I definitely experience a little bit of that. And so in the workplace, you have to be very careful. And I teach this too, to be honest with you, when I am, and in my last couple of companies, I've actually created programs where we are very intentional, especially if, trans person is the umbrella, but especially like with, differences. You have to be, if you're going to be in leadership, you have to be aware. It is your responsibility, and it's also our responsibility as leaders, or if you're senior leadership. I'm not senior leadership right now, which is great. I love it, but I have been. And so I know the responsibility of senior leadership. Senior leadership has a responsibility to give you the tools as a leader to succeed in every way. And that means to prepare you, to educate you, to teach you, to set all of this out for you so that you can navigate your day to day, right? And it removes you from this micromanaging sort of position, because you've given all the tools to the person. Now, what they have to do now is work with the tools and make it work. And there'll be mistakes. Leadership is all mistakes, to be quite honest with you. You learn, you move forward, you learn, you grow, and then it changes. But I thought we were past that. I guess some people just are just biased, and they have unconscious bias. And I can call it that and there's nothing specific that makes me say that, but I can call it that because I know it, because I'm aware of it, right? I've lived in this body for all of these years. Do you know what I mean? I've had many interactions with people, and I know it when I see it, right? And I'm a big component of, if you feel it, evaluate yourself, check yourself. And that's what I've done last week. I told you guys I wanted to make sure that but that's what I've done. I've checked myself, I've evaluated myself, and I understood exactly what was happening. So what I'll say about that is that when someone like me, I am a Black trans woman, and I am in leadership. I am educated, I am smart, I am accomplished, I have succeeded, I have a resume, and I have a slew of people who I've had the opportunity to change their perspective on what trans professionalism looks like in leadership, right? There are not many people who are Black, trans, look like me, and are doing what I'm doing in such a high level. So what I do, and it doesn't matter if I'm working at, I don't care where it would be. My role in leadership is to help people understand that this is life, right? It's to help people understand that I am accomplished because I'm resilient, and I have the tools that it takes to, and it creates this environment where you can't be biased. You cannot be biased because you are reporting to, or you're directly working under someone who is everything that you think is wrong, and you don't even know how that happens. We've done so much work to get past that, but I realize that some people haven't had that opportunity yet. And I'm reminded of that every time. The problem with me is, you guys saw me going through it when I was waiting for this job. But the problem with me is that I am not a job jumper, right? So if I'm happy and everything's great and I'm growing, I will stay with the job. I will stay there. It's better for me to stay there because of this. Because I don't like reintroducing myself, proving myself over and over and over and over again to people who should understand that, babe, I'm coming with my experience. I'm coming with my qualifications and my accomplishments. And you need to just sit back for a second and understand that I bring so much to the table. And so I've evaluated my own feelings, and I realize it's not me. But I also understood that, if someone hasn't experienced this before, this is kind of what happens when they're not aware of their unconscious biases. This is what happens. They don't understand that they don't realize that they are gender discriminating. That's what it is, unconscious, which is why I can't take it personal, and I cannot feel like something's happening to me intentionally, because I know that this person doesn't understand what they're doing, which is sad. It also further tells me that they need to be trained. That's all. That's all. And sometimes what happens is when people are exercising unconscious bias and then they get the proper training on it, they have a light bulb moment. They have a light bulb moment and they actually start to identify with what they're doing or what they have been doing, and they change it because they don't want to be doing it. You know, and that's why I'm not a senior leader right now, but that's why as a senior leader, you have to give people the opportunity to make those revelations and those choices, because that sets them up for a better career. Because at some point, the bomb is going to blow. It's not going to be with me because, again, I don't like trouble. I don't want trouble. I'm non-confrontational, and you know, I do speak up if something is being done to me. I'll speak up. I just don't tolerate some things for my own personal self and boundaries. But the bomb will blow. It will. It'll blow. It'll blow, and it won't be with me, but someone will be the one. You know, and so I think I got myself a little project for the future, because at some point I want to find a way to help. I already know what I'm going to do as far as like my performance and everything. I already know that everything that they're trying to figure out now is, I'm not stressed about that because I bring so much. They have no clue. Their heads are gonna spin 5 times when I show up, and it's just like when the brandy sparkle starts happening and the work starts, you know, that's when the heads are gonna go, well, wait a minute, I had no idea. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You know, that's what usually happens, and they have all this respect for me, and then at that point I can, you know, let them know one day, like, hey, you know, I hope that, you know, you can take this feedback, but like, you know, can't treat people like that. Can't talk down to people. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the situation is. You should never be talking down to someone. You should never be talking down to someone. I'm sorry. It's just like, we don't live in a world where you should be talking down to someone. We live in America. Like, it doesn't make sense. And it's abusive. You know, it's abusive. And it could break someone. Get down, Lucy May. Get down. It could actually break someone if if they're not evolved or they're not strong. So yeah, so we've made it to the end of the vlog. We have made it to the end of the vlog. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for this long little recap. I know it was supposed to be wine time, but honey, it is 8 in the morning, so ain't no wine time. And I'm about to get this added to the vlog so that I can get this vlog out for you guys today. It is Sunday. So I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. If you are new here and you've watched all the way to the end, just know I appreciate you. You've made it this far, so you might as well go ahead and subscribe. And I am just so grateful for everyone that continue to watch my vlogs and give me the support that you're giving me. It's major. I appreciate you. I cannot wait to continue to make content for you. And yeah, happy Sunday. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I will see you in the next vlog.